Fox News alert, the president just landed in France for the G7 with a gift. World peace. It's what he said he wanted for his birthday.
We ended up making a deal. I felt badly that we had to go back on the attack for 2 nights, and I thought a third, but we made it before that happened. But I think a lot of great things are going to happen in the Middle East right now, and very importantly, the oil is plummeting down, and the stock market is shooting up like a rocket today, like record kind of numbers, and the oil has taken its biggest plunge.
Oil fell to the low 80s, and the stock market rallied to record highs. After the 47-year war with Iran looks to be over, all we're missing is the John Hancock in ink. The U.S. and Iran have already signed it electronically, DocuSign. Didn't know they had that in Iran. Friday is the signing ceremony in Switzerland because, you know, politicians need the photo op.
Sir, are you going to try to attend the signing ceremony on Friday?
Well, it depends. JD's coming in for it. He was originally going to do it. I'll probably be gone by then. We're having dinner in a day and a half, right? We're going to be staying quite late. So I may be involved, I may not. But JD was coming in for that specifically.
The gay Ayatollah has given approval for the deal. We killed his dad and he wants peace. Why? He doesn't have a choice. Being the world's #1 state sponsor of terrorism wasn't working. He was facing economic strangulation and his nuclear program was basically destroyed. Iran had lost its leverage over the Strait. Project Freedom was shepherding over 7 million barrels a day through Hormuz, right under their noses. They couldn't do anything about it.
I think your viewers need to remember, Project Freedom never stopped, and we've run 125 million barrels of oil through the Straits, and Iran couldn't do anything about it. Yeah. How many ships from Iran have transited our blockade? Zero. We have controlled the Straits this entire time.
The 2 days of airstrikes last week pushed the enemy over the edge. White House sources say the Iranians were impressed by the precision of the U.S. military, the president's commitment to victory, and resigned to the fact that U.S. intelligence had eyes on every inch of their country. The mullahs concluded that nuking up in the dark was impossible and stupid. They needed the deal. So what's in it?
The main thing is that Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. They fully agreed to that with strong policing powers, and they won't have a nuclear weapon, which is what it was all about, because they probably would have used it if they had it. So we had 2 big moments when they terminated the JCPOA, that was the Obama deal, the Barack Hussein Obama deal. And when I terminated that, it was very important because it was a road to a nuclear weapon.
Iran has agreed in principle that the uranium will be destroyed and removed. This process will be negotiated within 30 days of signing. All 3 of Iran's nuke sites are buried. Iran can't get access to the dust. They don't have the technical expertise. It's highly volatile, dangerous, and deep. The only people who can extract it, us. We're going to get it, we're going to downgrade it, so they'll never, ever have a nuclear weapon.
Whether you are saying ground troops would be involved in cleaning up nuclear dust.
You're saying that. You're trying to put words in my mouth to create a headline. What I'm saying is we have plans. No, we have plans for everything. And should the president need a compel option, we have compel options and many different types of compel options. But right now we've set the conditions for 60 days to ensure that that material is downblended, destroyed, or removed.
No dust, no dollars. Only after the uranium is vaporized will the Iranians get any sanctions relief.
This is a performance-based thing. If we see the Iranians making, for example, taking action to eliminate their stockpile of enriched material, then yes, sanctions relief will follow. If we see the Iranians taking action to allow the kind of verification regime that we need to see to know that they're not going to build a nuclear weapon, yes, sanctions relief will follow.
And boy, are the Iranians desperate, because their country is in a deep, deep depression. The bombs and the blockade cost them $1 trillion. Now, if they behave, the Gulf states are willing to invest $300 billion to rebuild the Iranian economy. The thinking being that once you're in business with your neighbor, war with your neighbor is bad for business. Any story about Iran getting a pile of cash up front, fake news. That's just Iranian spin. The details of the deal, they'll be released after Friday. Everybody will be able to read it. The deal is a performance deal, and every dollar released to them is tied to verifiable and irreversible steps that they take. Once they sign Friday, the Strait immediately opens. No tolls, never, and no money exchanges hands. The blockade will be lifted once we see the Mosquito fleet and drones stand down. The Strait's already coming back to life.
The Strait is already partially opened. As you know, they're doing a little hunting for a couple of mines that they've already found. But it's essentially ships are starting to go out now. On Friday, it'll be completely opened. 25
ships a day are now passing through. Officials believe that number will double soon, and that full shipping out of the Gulf is expected to be back to normal in 2 to 3 weeks. Now, we know exactly where the mines are, we're told, and multiple sea routes are already safe and secure for passage. We're also told by senior U.S. officials that there is a mechanism in the deal so that no one can ever close the Strait ever again. The proxies don't get a pass either. They're written into the memorandum. If Iran can't control their proxies, no economic relief. They'll have to keep Hezbollah on a leash. But if Hezbollah attacks Israel, Israel can hit back, plain and simple. Speaking of Israel, this deal wasn't without a few bumps in the road. When Israel struck Beirut, Trump told Netanyahu, "What the F are you doing?" and told Fox, Bibi should not have done what he did. Our military force posture will remain in place until the uranium is removed and the final deal is signed. The United States is, for the first time ever, has a direct line to Iranian regime leadership. And we feel confident that their behaviors change. And if it doesn't, the president has tools.
What the president really wanted to do, not just with the last 6 weeks, but really the last year and a half of Iran policy, is to get us to a place where we could change our relationship fundamentally with the Iranians and ensure that they never have a nuclear weapon. We feel that we're at that place now. We're, of course, going to continue to verify that, continue to negotiate and talk to the Iranians. But this is a big day for the American people, a big win for everybody who cares about basic peace and stability in the Middle East.
Democrats are downbeat on the news that we won the war and are securing the peace. Hip sounds like the gay Ayatollah.
This reckless and costly war of choice has been a disaster as it relates to strengthening the national security of the American people. Things aren't better for us, they're worse. In fact, Iran is stronger right now.
The president's timeline for the excursion was quite accurate. Oil and gas prices are coming down, and we're on the precipice of hopefully a regional peace deal. This all done without ground troops. The combination of an aerial campaign and a naval blockade got the job done decisively and overwhelmingly. This is one of the greatest military campaigns in American history. Barack Hussein Obama, hardest hit.
It is doubtful that any agreement that arises is going to be significantly different or a significant improvement from the deal that we had in the first place.
There are a lot of differences between Obama's deal and this. The Ayatollah is dead, so's their military. Their proxies are covered in this deal. The Gulf states have skin in the game. We're getting the uranium, there's no enrichment, no stockpiling, and we can inspect whenever and wherever we want. And we didn't even have to bribe them. The Obama Library might need to do some renovations. Be sure to like and subscribe for all the Fox News latest on YouTube and catch full shows streaming now on Fox One.